Good evening from Bloomington Normal. I'm Jeff Wellman. Happy holidays. As Christmas was the other day, now starts all the fun holiday tournaments. And Mecca Sports Co. is ready to go with the Classic, and that's the State Farm Classic here in Bloomington Normal. 16 teams in the boys and girls in the large school and the small school boys, also the large school and small school girls. And for the first time, Quincy High Blue Devils will be here, the girls, as they bring a 10-3 record in, 4-2 in the conference. They'll be taking on the Springfield Lady Senators. They come in 6-5 and 3-1. And as I mentioned, I'm Jeff Wellman, and also joining me, as always, and for the whole holiday weekend of basketball everywhere, including the 9:30 late night tonight and tomorrow morning early for the Blue Devils, Coach Dave Pettit. And, Coach, we got a pretty good ball game set up for tonight.
Well, you know, when you sit there and you look at Springfield, they have a 6-5 record, but they have won 5 of their last 6 games, with 3 of those wins in the Central State A, which is a very, very good conference as far as girls basketball goes. And their only loss was to a 10-1 Glenwood team who's leading the Central State 8s, and that was a close game at 43-33. So Springfield's a veteran team, 5 seniors, 5 juniors, and they got 4 sophomores, on the varsity roster. So, it's a seasoned team. We'll see how the young Blue Devils come out tonight.
Well, we started the season off. Our first loss was at O'Fallon in the O'Fallon tournament. A very strong team. Went on to win state last year. We've lost 2 in the Western Big Six. Galesburg on the road. Of course, they're undefeated, and they're the team to watch out to beat. And East Moline also on the road. And they've got the 2 sisters, the Awus, that set up at 6'3", 6'4", and were solid. They played good game. In fact, Jada Brown and Taylor Foley in that game both had good games. Everybody slept well that night, I can promise you that.
Well, yeah, that was one of those games that I missed on a Thursday night over at, I guess you'd have to call it the Lady Panther Gym. And, watched it, on TV, and I was like, oh my goodness, East Moline's for real, and then, you look at the rest of the Western Big Six, Galesburg, East Moline. I know Quincy High took care of Alleman, but I think we still have to go up there if I'm not mistaken. So, like I say, road wins in the Western Big Six, whether it be boys or girls, tough nut to crack.
Well, we'll have to count on them getting the win. That is the Blue Devils getting the wins at home, both against Galesburg and against East Moline. Let me check that real quick, Coach, while I'm thinking about those 2 teams and see when they come up. I think we had mentioned it once before. One of them's in January, maybe the 20th. While we've got everybody out there on the edge of their seat. Well, I had to move that there. I got that great East Moline schedule, which we always love, that gives you all the rosters of all the teams they played during the year, which is pretty awesome. Oh, here we go. Thank you very much. All right, so it looks like down the roster, back-to-back games. It'll be on January 18th, on that Thursday, 7 o'clock, Geneseo. And then, and I believe that's the one we go on the road because they flip-flopped them.
Yep.
So on January 18th, on the road that Thursday against Geneseo. Then you come back the next Thursday, the 25th, and you got Galesburg at home. So that's right. We're not really concerned about Geneseo. We were talking about Galesburg and East Moline. I know I started talking about that, and I went, well, we're not as concerned about them right now. Then we drop down. East Moline is February 3rd on a Saturday at 1:30. So mark down 1:30, February 3rd at the girls' gym, and that's a 1:30 start. And then, as we mentioned before, January 25th, that Thursday at 7 o'clock against Galesburg. Those are the 2 games we definitely want to see fans coming out and pack the gym. Those are wins we've got to have there. Well, the State Farm is always an exciting tournament. Tonight we talk about to Coach Dance. I talked to him a little bit in the hospitality ahead of time. We were talking about the game itself, how was the holidays, and, of course, his mother passed away during the holidays. So it was kind of bittersweet for him. But coming up here, he gets the opportunity to not only coach right now, but as long as we don't go overtime, we'll be able to see the opening tip of the Raiders, and his son Alex is over there. So
very, very special time for, the Dance family, with Coach Dance here coaching the Blue Devil girls, and, his son playing up here. Tonight it'll be at Normal West, but, if the Raiders can somehow pull that one out against a very tough, Pecatonica team, which we will be, seeing right after this game.
Coach, we talked to Coach Kevin Meyer, and he was mentioning this gym. He had never had the opportunity to play or to coach in here. He wasn't with the staff when Scott Douglas and them played up here. Mm-hmm. He said, we may have the opportunity to play this year. Well, I looked at the brackets. For him to play in this gym, he's got to get in the loser's bracket and then make a run at it. You get in here in that third and fourth round, you'll be back here at Bloomington. So I don't think he wants that. I think he'd rather be at the Shirk Center.
No, rather be at the Shirk Center playing for the big hardware, for sure.
Here we go with the starting lineups. First for the Senators, Lady Senators of Springfield. They are coached by Mr. Brad Scheffler. And I'm going to let them get a few of the starters out there first. They're wearing their black and trimmed in red and white. We saw these uniforms just a week ago on Thursday.
I was going to say, the last game we called together was another Quincy High Springfield game, only it was at Springfield, and it was the boys' version of Quincy High Springfield.
Indeed it was. So here's your starting lineup for the Senators. Number 3, Emma Scheffler. I'm sure he coaches daughter there. She's a senior, 5'6". Then we go to number 20, Zakiah Lott. She wears number 20, and she is a 5'1" senior. Wow, I thought maybe it was going to be a 6'1". Keziah Torin, number 33. She's 5'10" and a junior. Jamira Townsend, number 35. Jamira is at 6'1", a junior. And rounding out the lineup, Ariana Williams. She wears number 40, and she's a 5'11" junior. On the other side, the Blue Devils will wear their home white trimmed in blue. Looking good out here. Starting out at the guards, we got Leah Chevalier wearing number 4. The other one out, we've got Miley Loncourt, number 14. She's averaging 10.6 points per game. Jada Brown is in the middle, while you've got her and Taylor Foley. She's averaging 14.5. She is a freshman, along with Loncourt. Layla Dade, another senior, averaging 6 points a game, leading the team out there at the point. And Taylor Foley, our senior inside, averaging 11 points a game. And, Coach, I believe she's averaging and leading in rebounds and assists as well from the post spot. And we are ready to go here as the Blue Devils will work left or right on your dial, but if you're on the end here, they're going to go away from you, and the Senators are coming in your living room. Tip goes up, Foley gets the tip, but it's tipped back, and the Senators have the basketball. Keziah Torin gives it back to the point.
Devils start out in their 1-2-2.
In the half-court set. Interior pass, kicks it back out. It went in from the short corner into the low block. You won't be able to see that. We're going to have to take our word for it. And the Devils steal the ball. Jada Brown steals the ball in the corner. I'm going to have to stand up too, Coach. Layla Dade at the point. Left wing Chevalier. Right wing Loncourt. In the high post Foley. Low post Brown. Stepping up is Foley. High-low pass. There it is. Great pass from Foley down to the lob. Jada Brown gets the basket. Foley gets the assist.
Nice steal. Nice seal by Jada Brown on the block.
And they do such a good job of that high-low post passing in there. Actually, they do a lot of good passing in the interior. We're one of the better passing teams from the post players.
Well, when your post player Foley leads the team in assists, and Jada Brown, the freshman, second on the team in assists, that means your bigs are making some good passes.
Indeed they are. Back to the point, Scheffler with the basketball. Double dribbled. She traveled. I thought she put it down once and then made a little move. And we played a minute 10. Also, we appreciate Coach Dance in the hospitality talking to us and Coach Pettit in the pregame. Those are brought to you by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai. Got me up here today in the snowstorm followed by the rain. Nice pass from the wing, Loncourt. Brown missed the shot. It bounced off. And our first foul of the game will be called against Jada Brown of the Blue Devils. Boy, it was a great pass and a great lob, just like the last one from Foley, except coming from the wing, and it just come off on the wrong side.
And Jada, shouldn't have made the foul after she missed a shot. I think she was a little frustrated, kind of grabbed the girl and, tried to get the ball back. So, freshman mistake.
Senators move the ball into the corner. Shot by 3, no good. Air ball went through Loncourt's hands. Chevalier picked it up. Into the front court, Leah's on the right side. Bouncing in the corner of Foley. Foley starts to drive baseline. And she got checked out on the baseline. That was number 40, Ariana Williams. That's her first, and the first of the first quarter for the Senators.
That's the one thing on the fast breaks. I used to always teach the teams that I coached, get the ball into the middle of the floor, then fill the lanes on the outside instead of taking it down the sideline.
Ball was inbounded to Foley. Foley took the baseline shot. She didn't get to have an angle where she could use the board. Just came up short on the shot. Senators have the rebound. Still 2-0 Blue Devils. Had some good looks. Here's a 24-footer from outside. Scheffler missed. Rebound on the strong side, picked up by the Senators. Lott came away with it. Into the left corner. Defense is nice by the Devils. Kind of hard to play defense out there when you shoot the ball 23 feet. Scheffler was way out there. Scheffler with the basketball, sets it to the right. Lott looks inside. Williams kicks it back out to the other side. It comes around to Lott, the southpaw, and rattles in a three-pointer. Lott just off the right side. 3-2, Springfield takes the lead. Devils in a half-court set. Brown. Boy, Brown was down there posting a long time. Problem is, Chevalier was too far away to pass the ball. Foley starts to drive. Foley goes all the way to the basket. Oh, got checked here with a hip check from Williams. Didn't finish, but had a good look and a take.
Right at about the volleyball line, she got hip check and kind of threw her off going to the hole.
Yeah, the momentum, you can tell in the shot, even took off the glass and kind of ricocheted off. Senators will have the basketball. In that 1-2-2, Chevalier at the point. Longcore and Dade. The high post down the block. Foley and Brown. Good movement on the perimeter. High-low in here with Williams at the high post. Working down the low post is Townsend. Nice drive to the basket. Shot no good. Missed by Lott, but she's going to get to shoot two.
We got to do a little bit of pinching on our two-row and our, point out there, in the 1-2-2 and not let them drive, right down, the elbow there.
Foul was put up there on Taylor Foley, her first. Blue Devils second in the first quarter. Jade is going to get a break here. Coming in the ball game for the first time, number 12, Kate Medemeyer. Medemeyer and Folo take the low blocks on the free throw. Southpaw's free throw, good on the second one. 1 for 2 for Miss Lott. She's got 4. The Senators have 4. Devils with 2. And Lott knocks the ball out of bounds. Long pass. Longcore threw it. Dade actually turned away, and luckily Lott came up and knocked out of bounds. Otherwise, it would have probably been a turnover straight out of bounds. A quick timeout there with 4:44.
And one thing I used to always do now, if they're playing man and they got somebody out there in the passing lane, you drive right at the person goes back door, that'll be open. And then, once you do that a couple times, then you'll be able to jab step, come out and get that easy pass. That was a challenge pass that should have never been made.
Hey, and look who's in the stands there behind the Blue Devil bench. Eric Irvin cheering on the Devils tonight. Of course, Eric's the voice of the Raider Network of boys and girls. He'll be over at 9:30 at Normal West with us, covering the Raiders against Pecatonica. That should be a good one tonight. Here come the Devils with the basketball. First quarter still, 4-2 down. Left side, Chevalier. Looking inside for Foley. Passes it up and resets at the top. Right side, Dade. You had Medemeyer down there working hard, too. She actually had a good position there. I'm not sure it's the same that Dade has. Coming behind the screen, a two-point shot good by Longcore. Didn't get behind the three. She came behind the screen. Miley's in the scoring column.
She came off of that screen ready to shoot, so we need to see a little bit more of that. Ooh.
Driving in, it looked like maybe a possible travel. Yes, it was. We can't see the bottom official. Sort of like Collinsville, that when there'd be a call.
Yeah.
Kind of like the great Wires taking it to the basket.
Yeah, we can.
Speaking of which, the boys won today, 76-38. Congratulations over Oakville. Who do we have in there? I know Cameron Wires had 9. Longcore had 13, was it?
He had 18. And Dom Clay had 15, and Cameron Brown had 13 today.
Congratulations. We'll see you guys tomorrow there at 11:30 in the morning against Belleville-Althoff. Ball's inside, double team for the Devils. They had to force it all the way back into the backcourt. Scheffler goes back, gets it. It's over and back. That's a violation. And it's Blue Devil basketball with 3:40 left in the first quarter.
Good ball pressure by the Lady Devils.
Anaya Reinhaus comes in for the Senators. Taking a break early is Ariana Williams. Hey, by the way, Brian Barnes, the AD we met the other night for the Senators, his dad was the basketball Clark Barnes from the 80s and 90s. There was a steal, taking it coast to coast, and then having her shot blocked twice was Reinhaus, but the Senators have it. Yes, Clark Barnes was the coach in the 80s and 90s for the Springfield Senators. Around the perimeter, still playing that high-low post. They've got Torin running the baseline as well, number 33. Back to the top of the key, right back to Torin. Trying to get through, she stops. Good defense there, both Dade and Chevalier. Driving through the Devils, got the shot up, that was Lott. And on the rebound, Reinhaus came down with it. Foley got in there for the grab. And we have a held ball, and it will be Blue Devil basketball. That was a nice drive by Lott all the way to get to the hole. Good help by Foley to come and help. Still 4-4. Good pressure. We're not getting a lot of scoring. Right side, Longcore. Man-to-man, Scheffler's on her. Longcore picked her dribble up after one. Back to the top, to the left side. Dade, inside. Oh, and a great pass. Chevalier screened for Medemeyer. Medemeyer came across to the strong side, got the pass, but couldn't make the shot.
That's about, 2 or 3 layups that we should have had.
Exactly. Medemeyer comes out with good defense there. She came out on Townsend. One and done for the Senators. Here are the Lady Devils. 2:20 left in the first quarter. Tied at 4. Oh, a nice cut by Medemeyer. Although she got into 2 tall Senators and blocked the shots. Kate then knocks the ball out of bounds. Last touch by the Blue Devils. Yeah, she was a good pass, and she's in there, but she was in there with a couple 6-footers.
Oh, yeah.
Kate gets a break now. Bree Leonard comes in for her. Still giving Jada a break for the last couple minutes of the first quarter. Senators come left side to Lott.
Looks like the Blue Devils are in a 1-3-1 now.
Ball works the left side into the corner. That's Mia Volbert, just came into the ball game. Ball kicks back out to the perimeter. Volbert gets it in the corner, starts to drive, stopped right away by Dade. Nice defense. Good ball movement, though, by the Senators. Lott back to Volbert in the corner. She fires the 3, no good. Out in front. Senators with the rebound. The putback, no good. Foley got the rebound after the Williams miss. Foley, long bounce pass. Bria, Leonard. Oh, that was a great play. Taylor had half court. She threw a long bounce pass to Bria. Give her the assist and Bria the basket.
Well, let's give her the rebound first, and then she busted out and then made the good pass.
Just check off a bunch of boxes. Here's another travel down here in the left corner. Right corner for them.
And that's what she's done all year long, is checking off a lot of boxes.
1:15 left first quarter. Devils lead 6-4. Glad you could be with us. Hope you all had a great holiday with family and friends. Chevalier comes across the timeline. She skips it all the way over to the left wing. Bria Leonard was there. Looked for a cutter. Oh, a little hesitation there. Bounces it into Taylor. Foley, 12-foot out. Little up and under. Oh, that was a nice little shot. Taylor up and under, off the glass, and 2. Devils are on a 6-point run, lead by 4, 8-4.
Very, very soft, underhanded little kiss off the backboard.
Goes into Williams, back out to Lott. Scheffler across the way. Lott passed up the shot. Finds Scheffler off the left side for 22. Good. Scheffler looks for his shot, and it was 22. That breaks that 6-point run there. Devils lead by 1. Look for the last shot of the quarter. Up by 1. Bounce it into the high post. Foley. Foley works hard against Williams. All the way to the basket. Oh, and it bounces out. The 3rd or 4th one we've had bounce out point blank. Down to 15 and counting as Lott brings it across the timeline. Lott's over to the right side. Chevalier pushes her back to the middle of the floor. And then picked her dribble up and then drug her back foot. Devils will get it with 7.3 left.
Good pressure by Chevalier out front, on the point guard of Springfield.
Kate Medemeyer comes back in. Also at the last break, Cameron Byquist came in, joining Dade, Chevalier, and Leonard. Foley gets out for a little break there, the last 7.3 seconds, carried into the quarter break. Dade comes behind the screen. Shots for 3. Good. Layla Dade hits a 3. Took her time, set up behind, just took an extra step to the right, and Dade hits the 3. And after 1 quarter, it's the Quincy High Blue Devils 11 and the Springfield Senators 7. You're listening to Blue Devil basketball on mechasportsco.com. And welcome back after the first quarter. Kind of a slow quarter to start off. Not a lot of scoring initially. Devils, though, picked up 6 points there in a row to get up 8-4. A three-pointer from Scheffler on the Springfield side, followed by the end of the quarter with Dade hitting the three, and the Devils take an 11-7 lead. And, Coach, 5 different players scored. You know, nobody made any more than one basket. That's all you need. You're up 11-7. If you can do that every quarter and have everybody contribute, they don't know who to pick up.
Yeah, and, you know, that's the one thing that the Blue Devils, they're very deep as far as scoring. They got, you know, 3 girls that are averaging in double figures, and then you throw Dade and Chevalier into it. You know, they're pretty much loaded. So it's one of those things to where the freshmen, I think, have to pick it up a little bit. We didn't see Jada Brown do a whole heck of a lot in the first quarter. Nor Miley Longcore. So, you know, I think those two are going to have to pick it up here for the Blue Devils to get a leg up on this Springfield team.
And we start the second quarter off with Senators of the basketball. Nice hand check, hand check with Byquist. For Byquist, it's her first foul. It's the first of the second quarter.
And that's another freshman that I think the Blue Devils by the end of the year are going to be leaning a lot on these 3 freshmen.
So you've got Byquist, Leonard, Dade, Longcore, and Jada Brown in here for the Devils starting the second quarter off. We'll check your Senators here in a second as Lott has the ball. Volpert into the left corner, Scheffler. Inside back in the ball game as Scheffler takes the three. She hits it. Scheffler stepped off Longcore and then hit the shot. She's got 2 threes in a row. Good shooter. Drive down the lane, and I guess Byquist must have stepped out of bounds before making the pass to Brown. Scheffler, Lott, Volpert, Williams, and Torin in the lineup for the Lady Senators. Byquist out there playing good D on Lott. Goes into the high post. Volpert. Ball's tipped away. You had Longcore, Brown, and Byquist all there. Now Byquist, she just puts on the track shoes. Byquist gets out, runs, and outruns the defense. Easy layup.
Started on the defensive end with the deflection, and then Byquist took it all the way down.
Scheffler fires another three from the left corner. Good. Well, you know what you got to find is that Scheffler.
And when they play that 1-3-1, there's that little area down there. Instead of the corner and the wing, it's right there in the middle. It's hard to guard.
Longcore went strong to the hole. Looks like she's going to get Williams for her second foul, first of the second quarter on Springfield. Longcore gets to go to the line to shoot. It'll be the first free throws for the Devils. 1 for 2 on the other side by Lott. Yeah, the guard for East Moline. Oh, she was a good little shooter, and you had to watch her. Wherever she was at, she was always hiding somewhere.
Well, I think Scheffler, you definitely got to find out where she's at. The little lefty, you got to find out where she's at. You know, other than that, I don't know if they got too many three-point shooters.
Well, looking at Scheffler, the way she's shooting the ball so far, she's enough for a team. Longcore gets both free throws, 15-13, Devils with a lead. Longcore now with 4. Centers bring it across. Out of the front is Lott. Lott's kind of handling the basketball. Turan down in the left corner. That's for Scheffler. Scheffler now has shifted from the wings and top to hiding in the corner, as she is right now in the left corner. Gets the ball, fakes. Last time we faked, we went with the fake. Stay with her.
And it looks like the Blue Devils are in a 2-3 zone now instead of that 1-3-1.
Leonard and Dade are up front. Here's a long shot from the left side, and wow. Brown was out there with Scheffler, and Scheffler hit it in her face. Long pass down court, great pass there. Brown gets the basket. Was that Dade with that pass, Coach?
Yep.
That was a nice pass by Layla. 17-16. So now, after the first few minutes of this game, couldn't get the lid off the basket. We finally did. At 4:44, I was looking for having 4s across the board. Well, it was 4-2. We only had 1 4 up there. And since then, we picked it up. 11-7 at the quarter, and we've run off a 9-6 quarter already, and we've only been through 2 minutes of the quarter. And we look down there. We got Coach Brad Dance down there with Coach Greg Wellman. Also, Coach Brad Bergman could not make it tonight. Of course, he filled in for Dance last week. He adopted another kid recently here, and they're down at the hospital doing a check, just checking stuff out. So we wish the best to Brad and the family, and we're thinking about you. You never want to put a win on somebody, so we won't say we're going to win this one for you. Here's Springfield with the basketball in the half-court set. Scheffler off the left side. Brown comes out on her in her pink shoes. Miley Loncourt has a little pink on her shoes now, too. Loncourt picking it up on the other side. Loncourt stepped up there on Mallory Harris. Harris, first time in the ball game. She bounced it inside, but the bounce pass too close to the knee of Townsend. Off Townsend's knee, out of bounds. Blue Devil basketball. Substitution now. Make a bad pass, take a seat. Actually, look at that. The girl that passed the ball and the girl that didn't get the ball both get to take a seat. Throw it back to Volpert, Scheffler, and Lott out front. Torrance still inside, and we left Reinhaus in the ball game. Not a starter, but a sub. Miley's got to stop that one dribble. She does that one dribble and doesn't go anywhere and then gets caught too far from the basket. Devils got the basketball back. Jada did a nice job of tipping it out to Layla. Bounce pass inside. Jada goes hard to the hole. Count it, and we're going to get one. Jada does a great job, makes that move. Once she gets a step on, you might as well just give up. And they did not. They fouled her, so Jada will have an and one here. Foul was on Torrin, her first, and the team's second of the first quarter, or the second quarter, excuse me. Devils have one, and she completes the three-point play. She's got 5 in the quarter, 7 for the game. 2016, Devils in the lead, approaching 5 minutes left in the first half. Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit, Layla with a steal. Dade going coast to coast, up. Oh, doesn't get it up over the rim. Lott was right there, and so was Loncourt. Loncourt is going to commit the foul for Miley, her first. Devils second, tying up the Senators in the second quarter. Boy, it was a nice steal by Dade and a good finish. She just didn't get up over the iron.
Well, and that's got to be, what, layup number 5 that we haven't made and have not been fouled on the layup. So
the other 4 were Maynard lobs more. That was just a fast break. Shot from outside, no good from 3. Dayton gets the rebound. Layla out and running across the timeline. Does a nice little knee pass to Chevalier. Chevalier finds Brown. Oh, and that was great because Chevalier, Leah turned around. Brown was wide open on the left block for an easy 2. Coach, didn't you just ask for Dade to score some more, Brown to score some more points in the second quarter?
Oh, yeah.
And now Jada makes a steal from the weak side. That was a nice steal, too. Came from the right block for help. Gets it to Loncourt. Loncourt fires a 3. ML14 hits the 3. Devils are on a run. They've run off 10 straight points, lead 25-16 with 4:24 left in the half.
Oh, and it started on the defensive end. They've gotten, a couple steals, a couple of defensive rebounds after good challenges, good box outs, and then, pushing the ball on the, on the offensive end. I mean, they've been getting some good looks at the basket. And the layups are going down this quarter as they didn't go down in the first quarter. So, just keep doing what you're doing, play defense, deflections, and go the other way.
Coach, did you ever play in the Bloomington High School gym?
No, never have.
It's amazing. You would think, being a big school up here in Quincy, that we'd meet, but of course they had their own conference, and of course they had in their own city to play their own tournaments.
Yep.
And of course the connection with Quincy goes way back before our time a little bit, when Bob Bender left as the coach at Notre Dame, actually CB at the time.
Yep.
Took his son with him as well. And of course he went on to be a NCAA champion at Indiana and at Duke, wasn't it?
Yep.
Not a bad career there. Went back and coached a few places, coached at Illinois State with Jay Lowenthal. Lowenthal was a friend of his and coached at Quincy College back when I coached the girls. So a little history there for everybody. Some old history too. 4:22 left in the first half. Devils with a nice run, now lead by 9, 25-16. Senators with the basketball to the right side. Scheffler, no, actually a new sub came in there. It looked like her. It was actually Knauer. Kendall Knauer on the right wing. Left wing, Scheffler. Lott still at the point. Torrin there and Reinhaus inside. Only one player inside now working the high-low. They got Torrin working the baseline. Lott comes in, 14-footer. Nice shot. Missed it, though. Tipped out to Dade. There goes Layla. Gets in the center of the court. Out to the right side, left side. The 3 no good by Miley. Miley squared up nicely, though. Weak side rebound almost brought down by Taylor Foey. Senators have the ball again. In the left corner, Torrin likes to drive that baseline. Foey was right there to stop her. Back to Scheffler. Dade's not leaving Scheffler. I'd say Medemeyer ought to pick her up too. Good help, Medemeyer on the weak side to Reinhaus. Had to kick it back out. Lott fires the three, though, and Lott hits the three. So nice inside out from the Senators, but real good help from basically Kate Medemeyer that made her force that ball outside.
That was a good challenge on the shot, just a better shot.
Exactly. Going to have that. I mean, you can't, not every good shot is a bad defense at all. She has 2 threes tonight. Foley pulls up from 12. Nice shot. You know, Taylor's got good touch like that. Up for the easy one, 27-19.
And to be honest with you, I think she gets to the next level. She goes stretch it out, and she'll be shooting the threes, too.
4 on the perimeter. Reinhaus still inside. Lott at the point. Moves it to the left side. Chevalier has her. Longcourt picks up Scheffler right away. Scheffler's hit 3 threes in this quarter, 1 in the first. She's got 12 points on just 4 shots. Torren down in the right corner. Back up. Knauer kind of sitting out there, and I'm trying to see if Knauer's looking for a shot or not. But there she kind of looked like she wanted one, but it was 25 feet away. Approaching 2 minutes. 4 on the perimeter. They're just basically looking to try to pass it around, and Lott made a drive into the basket. She got through 3 Blue Devils. The reason she did, she walked.
She picked the ball up, took an extra step there.
She said, "Excuse me there, Blue Devils. I'm getting through here. Nobody's going to block my shot." The official said, "Not this time." Half court's Lott waiting to pick up Dade. Dade comes left to Longcourt. Gets a screen from Foley. Looked for it. Oh, a nice bounce pass. And she waited long enough, Foley, to get open. Foley missed the shot, but then Longcourt on the outlet. And a nice job by Miley. She waited, first of all, for Miley to clear and the defense to move out. We missed the shot, probably the 6th or 7th one right now.
Yep.
But she was there for the outlet pass and the steal, and Miley's going to get to shoot 2. Three for 3 on the night from Miley from the charity stripe. Foul was called on Williams. It's her 3rd, what I have up here, and Springfield's 3rd. Kate Medemeyer takes a seat now. Longcourt hits 2 in a row.
And Coach Dance has done a good job rotating in probably to 8 or 9 deep, here in the first half.
And breaks into a 1-2-2 3-quarter court. Chevalier at the point, Dade and Lannard at half court. Longcourt and Foley deep. Breaks it down to Torren. Nice drive. She just never got it back on the board. She got her own rebound on the opposite side and then was fouled by the Blue Devils. Thought she said 2-2, but I think it meant 2-0. Oh, that's right. Layla Dade, 22, her first. Team's 3rd. I drifted some of them into the 2nd quarter or 3rd quarter already. So 1:53 left in the half, 29-19. After that lull there and a little bit there in that 2nd quarter, we got going pretty quick. I lost track of what quarter it was. Scheffler has the ball off the right side for the Senators. Dade's on her man-to-man. Actually matching up man-to-man as it's still in that zone. And as you said, that 1-3-1. Foley's in the middle with Lannard running back-to-back on the baseline. That gives you Dade and Longcourt on the wings. Chevalier out at the point. Approaching 1.5. Lott comes over to the left side. Longcourt stopped for a moment on Torren, but it was a foul. Miley whistled for her 2nd. And the 4th team foul of this quarter. Devils with 4, 3 on the other side for the Senators. Miley gets a break there with 2. Byquist back in the ball game. 2-3. Chevalier and Dade at the top. Byquist, Foley, and Lannard at the back. Senators get the ball in. Scheffler gets it back at the top. They're really paying a lot of attention. After she hit that first one, they paid little attention. Yep. After 2, 3, and 4, it was, we got to watch this girl. Bad pass out, and Chevalier steps in the passing lane, steals it for the Devils. Nice job, Leah. Leah brings it to the right side. Dade has it. Dade gets a step by. Gets it to Foley. Foley's at the high post. She goes right around and in for a score. She blew right around Williams. Taylor with a move. And we completed this one. 31-19, inside a minute. First half, we'll try to break down some stuff around the tournament. Find out how everybody's doing, where they're doing. Lots of action, boys and girls, this holiday. Nice drive and shot by Torren, no good. Ball was tipped. Foley got the rebound, then tipped it away to Dade. And approaching 30 seconds left in the half. Dade, flashes down the lane, throws the ball up, and gets the soft touch of the rim. Nice job, Layla. Yeah, when she first put it up, I think she ran out of room. Foley was there with the defense.
Well, she had two Springfield girls right there, and she went up on both of them and floated it in from about 12.
Down to 12 seconds left. Lott has the ball at half court, waiting to trigger. Chevalier pushes her to the left side. Boy, Byquist could have almost stole that. Down to 5. Scheffler in the corner. She's looking for the 3, ain't going to get it. Torrens getting it. She misses it, and that'll do it for the first half. We've played 16 minutes at Bloomington High School here in Bloomington Normal. Your halftime score, the Quincy High Blue Devils 33, the Senators of Springfield 19, and you're listening to MeccaSportsCo.com. Blue Devil basketball. It's halftime. We'll take a quick break here and listen to the tunes while we set our stats. And back here at halftime, their tunes just weren't up to snuff, Coach. We didn't get we didn't get the band jamming on us. We didn't get the sound system jamming. They don't have a speaker. A lot of times, people complain about having the speakers right next to you. We don't, because we like when there's breaks to go ahead and jump in there. And of course, and if we're not talking about Mecca Sports and getting involved with MeccaSportsCo.com, you can always check us out here for your marketing. Or if you just want to sponsor your team or sponsor Mecca Sports, you know how to get a hold of us, MeccaSportsCo@gmail.com. Check us out, or run Coach Pettit and I down wherever we're at. Unless we're in the middle of the street, let us get across the street, then run us down. So halftime is here. Devils have a nice lead, 33-19. It started off with the Devils scoring the first 2. It took a while, and as we mentioned earlier there, at the 4:44 mark, it was 4-2. And it was a pretty slow game. And we were really we had some good looks at the basket, some balls rolled out there and some good interior passing. But we did put some stuff together as well. And then once the Devils got that little 6-point run, took a lead, an 11-7 lead after 1, second quarter things picked up. Both teams needed to score a little bit better. In fact, for both teams, it was a 22-12 quarter as opposed to 11-7. So basically everybody doubled their scoring in the second. But the Devils being down 16-15 is when they put together a nice 10-point run, got up by 9. They gave up that 3-pointer, another one by Scheffler, and then put another 8-point run together, and it's unanswered. So when they come back in the third quarter, it'll be that opportunity we always talk about of starting a quarter and a half off, on a hot note.
Well, yeah, and, like I say, the first 3 minutes of the third quarter coming up, if the Blue Devils can – go off on one of their 8-0 runs or something like this, they'll basically put Springfield, out of their misery. Now, if Springfield comes out and goes on an 8-0 run and makes it a 5-point game, then I think it's going to be a dogfight the rest of the game. So it's going to be very important for the Blue Devils to come out and do what got them up to this lead right now, and that's on the defensive end. Whether it be, deflections and steals and going the other way with your secondary breaks, or getting the long rebounds, because let's face it, Springfield's been shooting a lot of three-pointers, and the Blue Devils have been doing a good job of boxing out and not giving them too many second chance opportunities. And then once they get the long rebound, they push the ball out, and they're on usually a 2-on-1, 3-on-2 break. And the big girl's been running the floor, Taylor Foley and Jada Brown, especially in the second quarter. And they've, pushed this lead out. So, once again, first 3 minutes of the third quarter are going to be very important for the Lady Blue Devils.
Coach, I was trying to figure out who that other girl we had that was hitting. Oh, there it is, Kaylee Pena. When you missed the East Moline game, she had 1 in the first quarter, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. She had 5 threes on us for 17 points. And she's got the AWU girls inside the big girls while she's sitting there outside when the ball comes back out. And that was some and that's what we've got here. This Scheffler girl, she's a heck of a shooter there. And they wait to get the ball a lot, does a good job of handling the basketball. But I think the Blue Devils defensively have done a really nice job. That's the reason we didn't have scoring early. And again, back to their scoring, those layups we've missed, it's been some nice passing, some high-low, some from the wing, and it's been that lob when the ball gets reversed. Girls have been wide open, and we've just had them roll out. And we've seen that before, though. We've had a couple games where balls have rolled out early in the game, and you can have them happen in some games. But if they happen in real good games, again, your Galesburgs, your East Molines, those are tough because those are key situations in key ball games that you don't have a lot of possessions between you.
Yeah, and like I say, you got to value each possession on the offensive end as well as the defensive end. Offensive end, I think we've done a pretty good job of taking care of the basketball. I was looking at our stats before the game started, and gosh, I think they were like 1-to-1 with assist to turnover ratio. Good teams, especially in the girls' game, which may not be quite as fast as the boys' game, but you should be at like 1.5 to maybe 2 assists per every turnover. So I thought we've done a good job of taking care of the basketball. Making the layups. It's one of those things to where I don't know if there's a lack of concentration in the first quarter, but we did obviously a much better job in the second quarter, hitting our little bunnies, so to speak.
And, talking about that 1-to-1, because I was looking at a bunch of stats, and not only our stats, but also some college stats as well, and some of our kids who are playing on. And one of them, of course, is a girl from the other side of town, from the pit. But I was checking out Abby Schreck's stats so far. They're 9-4, Mizzou is. And she's getting about 26 minutes a game. She's played in all 13 games, averaging about 9 points and 3.5 boards. And I think she's pretty well 1-to-1, on those stats. So we wish her the best down there. And, of course, I looked up Jeremiah Talton. He's down at Lindenwood. Lindenwood is only 6-7 so far in the season, but he's averaging roughly about 8 points a game and about 4 boards a game. He's had 13 games. He's had 9 games where he's actually started. They're on the road on the 31st at 2:30. Check that. They're actually at home against Southern Indiana. And then if you want to catch them close to home, on Saturday, January 6th, drive up to WIU, and you'll find Lindenwood playing against WIU at 2:30 on that day if anybody would like to watch Jeremiah Talton. So, and by the way, the next game that you can check for Mizzou, they're on the road, so you're not going to catch this one, LSU. So I have to tell Jeff Moore, former John Wood head coach, who's now the director of recruiting at LSU, to check them out. That's on January 4th at 8 o'clock. So good luck to them. We always like to keep track of our college players and those guys and gals who go on, and not just in basketball. If we catch you in another sport out there, of course, I was watching the football and saw Butler playing, and I heard of Bowling Green. And I got thinking about Jackson Stratton, and actually Jackson went to Butler, not Bowling Green, so I was off on that one, but did watch a little Minnesota. My sister was there watching her nephew, the Nubens. Tyler Newman did not play. He's a safety waiting for the draft, so he didn't want to get hurt, and his younger brother was a running back. And they did win, and they beat who did they beat? Minnesota beat, it was one of the first games yesterday. Well, they beat somebody. And I wanted to say Bowling Green. Was that who they played? I think that was. That's why I was thinking of Bowling Green. There you go. Thank you, Coach. Just takes us a little while there. There's so many games out there. And I know Coach Brunner can tell you all the games because I think he saw at least a piece of every game so far. And he also saw his Miami Dolphins as well. So Coach Brunner, of course, used to spend a lot of time down there at Collinsville. This will be an interesting year for Collinsville and for the Blue Devils because every year the Blue Devils go there and the staff. And every year you've got, Doug's there too. Of course, not the last few years, but Rick Hummel. We lost Rick Hummel this last year, and Rick was always over there at Collinsville. And the last couple of years we had a chance to talk to him and spend a little time with him as well. So that'll be a little different look tomorrow. That'll be 11:30 tomorrow as Blue Devils will take on Belleville-Althoff. Should see a good game there. As like you said, the Oakville game today. First round games normally, and if you're if we're not the number 1 seed, we got to be close. But are usually, I won't say cakewalks, but they're easier games. That's probably why we're up here covering 2 games, which we can cover the Devil girls and also the Raider boys on a first 2 good. And as you mentioned, Pecatonica is going to be a heck of a game at 9:30. That should keep us up. We shouldn't have any problem staying awake for that one.
No, it's Pecatonica is one of those teams to where they like to launch the threes, and if they're hot, it's going to be a tough game. But I think that the Raiders should be able to take advantage of Pecatonica's not very big. They should be able to take advantage of the glass and taking the ball to the hole.
Awesome. We're ready to start the second half there. Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit on mechasportsco.com. Devils have the basketball to start it off. Chevalier almost lost the ball on the left. She's on her knees, and she throws it. Ball's kicked out by Torin. So the second half starts the same way as the game. Chevalier, Dade, Loncourt, Foley, and Brown. Other side, Scheffler, Lott, Torin, Williams, and Townsend. Sorry about that. I was looking through the backboard. Devils throw the ball away, so 13 seconds, turns the ball over, gives it to the Senators.
Not a good start for the Lady Devils here in the third.
Still got a 33-19 lead of 14. Still on an 8-point run. But yes, Coach, you would like to start off on a better offensive note. Left side.
That was just sloppy, though. I mean, you had one pass deflected out of bounds, then you had another steal. It's like, take care of the basketball.
Scheffler has the ball. Oh, she came behind the screen. Chevalier got twisted around. I'm not sure Scheffler should count that one. She banked it from the top, actually off to the wing just a little bit for a three-pointer. That's the way we start off the second half. Chevalier got caught behind the screen, too. There was no way to catch back up. Loncourt at the point. Right side Chevalier. Brown comes up the screen for her. Ball got passed around to the left side. Loncourt used the dribble. And a timeout. Now, you know, I think Coach Dance was doing the same thing I was doing.
Don't
Loncourt
dribble.
was looking to dribble it one more time, and she had dribbled it when she first got it. And she was thinking to herself, did I dribble or not? And Coach Dance goes, you did, and I'm going to correct this.
She went about like that, and ball about left her hand, and he called the timeout.
Good job by Coach there. Because, again, when you're standing there and you first got it and you put it down, you don't remember whether you put it down. That's what the officials right now are down there talking. He goes, did you have her for a double dribble? Yeah, I had her. And so 7 minutes exactly. Definitely one of the old gyms. Would you not agree, Coach? I mean, it's
yeah.
even the safety bleachers down below, well, they're up top too, are older. You can tell they were one of the first put in. They've lost a little fading in the purple. It's, of course, purple and gold. They are the Raiders. Not any of these teams, the Bloomington high school team. I did not know that, now that I just said that. I don't think I knew their sponsor or their mascot.
The Purple Raiders, I believe, is what they are.
Okay. That would make a little more sense. And you know what? Looking down at the other end on the board, they have a booster club. It's called the Purple Raiders Booster Club. I guess they're purple then. Here we are getting back to action here after the timeout. Well, we thought we were getting back to action. Yeah, the guy down there almost looks like Steve Luton on the board, doesn't he? A little bit. Wonder if he's up here too. Devils with the basketball. 33-22. Third quarter action. Here at the State Farm Classic at Bloomington High School. Brown to the right side, Loncourt. Oh, there it is, coming from the weak side. Foley got up on the strong side. She put it up on the glass, but put it off the square a little bit and missed the shot. Good look there from the Devils. Senators in the half-court set. Lot to reset. She'll go left, right side at the 45. Back to the top of the key to the left. Scheffler's 28 feet away from the basket, and Chevalier's with her.
Well, you got the two shooters. You got to know where they're at, especially around that three-point line.
And she's looking at 23 feet when she gets that ball.
Oh, yeah.
It went into the high post, back out to Lott. Lott works the right side, but had her head down. Dade was not letting her go anywhere. Lott now off the right side, using that left hand. Back to the top, to the left, Torin. Torin likes to drive. When she gets a hold of the ball, oh my goodness. Torin went driving to the basket, started to go up, looked like she just let go of the ball, and somehow it went up and into the basket, and she'll have an and one. Wow. Wouldn't you say, Coach, that she was about ready to let go of that ball?
Well, yeah. I mean, that was she threw a prayer up there, and it was answered.
Free throw no good. Foul was called on Foley for her first foul, as it's in the second half. And, of course, the first one on the Blue Devils in this quarter. Ball's inside, knocked out of bounds. We got a foul on the other side against the Senators.
They're not shooting.
I still haven't seen it up on the board yet who they gave the foul to. We don't have a 42 out there.
It was 33.
All right, we'll give it to Torin then. That'll be her second foul. Ball inbounded to Chevalier. Chevalier sets it back and then gives it to Foley. Foley's shot was partially blocked. She tracks it down, though, and on the short corner takes the shot and misses. Brown gets the rebound, kicks it back out to Dade. Dade misses the three. Longcore hustles. Ball's on the floor. We got Longcore and Foley in there. And we also have in the ball game Harris. She joined Williams. Jump ball, and it will go to the Senators. 33-24. No scoring yet in this quarter for the Blue Devils. 5 on the other side for the Senators. Scheffler with it. Oh, man. 28 feet away almost. Wow, she hits it. 25 maybe, Coach. What do you think?
That was darn near volleyball line, that's for sure.
She has 6 threes. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third. By the way, I forgot to mention this at halftime. Nice little short hook. No good. Foley had a nice look there. Torin gets the rebound. How many twos do you think Springfield made in the first half?
Not very many.
How about 0? All of them were three-pointers. They had 6 threes and that 1 free throw to make 19.
You know, it's gotten to the point where the Blue Devils may have to scrap the zone and make sure they're out there, maybe go man-to-man, you know, and stay with Scheffler and the little number 20.
Yep, Lott.
Yep.
Brown gets it in the right corner. Jada drives, sets up both feet, gets blocked from behind. Boy, has her arm ripped off. Wow. She has her arm, after the first block shot, she had her arm ripped off, waiting for the call, and then they call a jump ball. Devils will get it, though. Box out of bounds play. Brown and Foley at the low block. Bria got it at the second block. Went into Foley, but Foley had it knocked away. Had the presence of mind to get it out to Chevalier. Devils reset at 4:44. Another 4:44. Backdoor cut from the weak side. Dade was there. Defense was pretty good, though, behind her. That was Lott. As she got the pass, it was knocked out of bounds. Devils will have it under their own basket. Dade to trigger. It goes to Foley. Foley on the short corner here in the left. Brown brings it back out. And Layla Dade's going to reset the offense for the Devils. Right side, Chevalier. Drove to the corner, kicks it back to the wing. Flashing over is Foley. Foley trying to get back to the 45, does. Got her shot up. Again, like a couple of the shots tonight, they've hit the board and hit the rim, but never got above the rim. And here come the Senators. Down to a 6-point game here. Then all Senators in this quarter, they got 8.
This is just what I was afraid of, them going on an 8-0 run instead of us going on the 8-0 run.
Scheffler long from left. Misses. Brown gets a rebound. Boy, she was a woman. Took that ball away, and look at this. Runs the floor. Feed me, Seymour, feed me. And Brown gets the basket, give the assist to Leonard. That was a great assist.
Very unselfish play by the Lady Blue Devils.
When she gets out and runs, as soon as she gets that rebound, she fills the lane and passes guards up. 24-footer. This one airballs to the left side. Caught a little bit of the glass. Chevalier gets the rebound. Leah with the basketball to the right side of the court. Leah's out there. Bria's out there, I mean. Looking inside. She used up her dribble. Went into Foley. Foley came all the way across from the right to the left. Tried to use her left. Had the shot. Another one that just couldn't get up over the iron. She's working hard in there. They both are. Leah Chevalier pushing a lot to the left side. Way out there. Harris in the corner comes back out to Lott. Everything on the left side. Lott starts to make a drive. The weak side post players aren't doing anything. It's the 3 guards on the strong side, and they're really not doing anything either. Mainly because of the defense of the Devils. Devils are doing a good job of pushing and staying in front of that basketball. Scheffler left side, Lott. Lott went down to the corner. Comes right back out to Lott. Lott takes it down on the dribble. 2:30 left in the third quarter. Skips to the right side, Torin. Back to Scheffler. Scheffler looks at it, but she looks at it from 25 plus, automatic. Lott, the runner. Good job there by Foley coming up. Straight up, didn't jump. Dade got the rebound. Dade. And Layla just went 1 or 2 steps too far into the defense. She was between 2 Senators. She knew she had Foley out there to the left, but they couldn't get it out and didn't have an angle and threw the ball away.
Well, poor spacing by the Lady Blue Devils on that fast break, because you know, when you get the ball in the middle, you should be stopping at the free throw line, maybe 12 foot right in the middle. You know, we both came down on the left-hand side, and there wasn't a lot of space in between the two gals.
And as you know, Coach, one girl comes up, that maybe gives that pass to Foley down the baseline, then to take it to the hole.
Yep.
1-2-2, Devils, three-quarter court. Volpert, and Volpert was falling down anyway, and that bailed her out. She had two Blue Devils there, and she fell. And instead of getting the travel call, it will be called on the Blue Devils. You see that? They gave it to the Blue Devils. Leah Chevalier went over and picked the ball up. I don't see who they gave the.
I was kind of watching that. I was like, is they going to get this?
It was pretty good.
Because if they'd have threw it in, there's nothing they could do. No, they could probably stop it.
Didn't show who the Devils' foul was on yet. Ball knocked out of bounds, so to stay with the Senators.
Chevalier, I think, got the foul.
Yeah, they did finally put up there. For Leah, that was her first in the night. 2 on the Devils. Shot no good. Ball's on the floor. Oh, taken away. Longcore was in there. Senators took it away. Works the left side. Senators had the ball. Trying to go to Volpert. She wasn't looking to do anything but pass back out. And she could have turned and taken a shot. Now she turns and looks and takes the shot. And she does a nice job. So her coach is over there yelling at her. And she just made only the second two-pointer all night long for Springfield. Makes it a 6-point game, 35-29. Minute 15, the high post. Brown, backdoor cut. Oh, that was great. Layla Dade from the right wing with a backdoor cut. Brown the assist, Dade the basket. Dade has 7 now. That was a pretty shot, Coach. 37-29. Shots no good by the Senators. Leonard with the rebound. She takes it all the way down to the right corner. Bounces it into Brown. And getting around on defense was Reinhaus, just enough to knock it out of bounds. Jada was starting to make her move to the basket for a score.
Jada's got to wait for just a second and seal a little bit better, then get the pass and then go to the basket. She went a little bit too early on that one.
Dade will trigger it in. Box out of bounds play, Foley and Brown. Brown came out. So did Foley at the high post. Back over to the right side. Dade shuffled back a little bit, maybe a travel. She didn't get called for it. Weak side rebound was Foley. Foley got smacked a couple times there. But the Devils do get the ball back. Again, Brown and Foley on the low blocks. Longcore in the close corner. Far away is Leonard. Goes up to the high post. Brown tracked it down. Dade comes out. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Dade starts to make a drive. Dade high off the glass. Oh, a nice move. The shot was nice too. Foley almost had the rebound. It went through her fingers to Longcore. Inside 30 seconds. Lobbed inside. Brown tried to get it and come back out with it. Stepping out was Lott. Lott coast to coast, and Longcore gets body. Once she got, she almost looked like Ralph taking off to the basket there. Miley's going to commit her third foul. For the quarter, it'll be the third of the Blue Devils. And at the line will be Lott. Lott got the basket, and she has a chance at a blue-collar three. Lott's free throws up, no good. Foley gets the rebound, nice job. 18 seconds left in the quarter. 6-point lead for the Devils. Left side Longcore. Foley's posted up, gets the ball on the block, goes up, checks her. Oh, and then gets checked back. Foul there and no call. Lott gets the rebound. Oh, and a great hands there by Dade. Lott was starting to pull up for the three, and she knocked it out of bounds with .1. Not enough time to shoot the ball.
So it's a lob and a tap.
And it's not even get to that point. So we have played 3 quarters at Bloomington High School. It's the State Farm Classic. It's the Quincy High Blue Devils 37 and the Lady Senators of Springfield 31. This is Blue Devil basketball on mechasportsco.com.
So we got a 12-4 quarter on that one?
That's right. Oh. As we're back here at Bloomington High School, you heard it from Coach there. Devils, a tough quarter, leading at half 33-19 by 14. They had built that up to a 14-point with that 8-point run to end the quarter, the second quarter and the first half. And Coach had mentioned at halftime, you worry about not getting out on a good run in the third quarter or allowing the other team to get out. They did, 8 points in a row. It was a 6-point game at 33-27. Devils did get a couple baskets, but we got a 6-point game here at 37-31.
Yeah, and I say it's, you know, we let them get back into the game, so this fourth quarter is going to be a dogfight.
Devils come back in the fourth. They'll be on defense. Dade, Chevalier, Loncourt up front, the 1-2-2. Down the low blocks, Foley and Brown. Lott on the other side with Scheffler. Running the corner now and taking the shot from the corner right off the bat. The three was no good. I don't know if she's been in the ball game at all there. Abby Borders took that shot. I have not seen her in the ball game. Still got Reinhaus down below, as well as Williams. Devils with the basketball. Top of the key, Foley. Look right. Loncourt got there in time. Went down on the block, and a great job there. Count it. Loncourt got the pass in. Brown went up strong, and she's going to have an and one.
Nice screen by Chevalier on the opposite block, and then, you know, Jada came over, sealed it off, and then went up strong for the basket.
That's a great way to start off the fourth quarter there. Good ball reversal, and then, like I said, waited for the opportunity once she set up. And Jada makes the connection on the three. The old-fashioned way, as we said. 40-31. Devils are going to drop back into a half-court set. In that 1-2-2 with Chevalier at the point, Loncourt and Dade. Chevalier tips it away. Chevalier, Leah goes up and in. Off the glass. Great job, great contact. And she absorbed the contact and made the basket. That was a strong move there, and she used her left as well. Devils picking it back up on D. Scheffler goes into the high post, came back out. Dade almost took it away. Scheffler this time, wow. 27 foot, every bit of it, if not more. She's trying to compete with, what's her name, Clark up at Iowa. That was a long three. She's not made a two all night. 7 threes, 21 points. Ball inside. Good job at Jada. The ball was bounced into the right corner. Chevalier bounced it into the post. It got away from Jada. She saved it, and then came back in and is fouled. She'll shoot two. 2 for 2 tonight. Both of them on and ones. Team second of the fourth quarter, and that would be the Senators. That ball rolled out, didn't it? So it's 2 shots. Williams takes a break for the Senators. See, I think he was thinking the same thing. I thought she made the shot, didn't she? She made the shot. It was an and one.
They took 2 points off the board for us. So I thought we had 42.
We've got 42, and so that should be 43. What? It was a made shot and an and one. So I would have had 44 going on 45. Now they're saying, no, it's 2 shots. So that took the 2 points off. But they're still off on the points because we had 42. Well, that's the guy you're right. Rick's the guy, the official over here.
This isn't official. 40 to 36.
It wasn't 40 to 36. That was way back then. That ain't right. We got 6 points in this quarter.
It was 37-31 at the end of 3.
Right. We hit the and one.
And they've got 1 3-pointer.
We got Jada and one. Right. And we got Jada and one. Then a basket. And then that basket for an and one.
Yeah, that's not right.
So we went, there's her and one, made it 40.
It's 37-31. The only points they've gotten this quarter is a 3 by Scheffler.
Right.
So it should be.
Well, it should be 44, and that was 45, if they do it right. Because that was an and one. She made the basket, right? So 42 plus 2 is 44, and that free throw is 45.
Yeah, that
So
looks better right there.
It should be 45.
Well, if they're going to say she didn't make it, that's fine. But at least they got 43-34. That sounds about right.
Well, that'd be without the that would be out the basket. They're actually wrong there, but that's okay. So she doesn't get the and one, but she does get the first free throw. All right, back to action now. 43-34, 6:42 left in this ball game. Jada says, hey, take that. I'll make both free throws. How about that? Jada's got 3 free throws in the quarter, 6 for the quarter, 8 for the half, 17 for the game. Devils lead 44-34. 4 on the perimeter. They went back to the high-low post now on the other side. Chevalier knocks in the backcourt. Lott goes and gets it. On the perimeter, Scheffler, Lott, and then the girl that came in a minute ago and hit the 3, Borders, goes into the post. And it looks like Foley might have been whistled for a foul at low. For Taylor, I got her for 2 fouls. And I believe, if I'm not right, that might be the first of the fourth quarter for us. Sure enough. They got them for 1 as well. Senators get the basketball. Lott gets it back in the left corner, brings it back out to the perimeter. Scheffler and her into the right corner. Borders, the left-hander, takes another 3, no good. And it goes up, goes 1, 2, 3 on the top of the backboard, and that means it's out of bounds. So Devils get it back.
It's a purple pole, and then.
And it did. It danced up there for a while. 6 minutes left in this game. Devils still lead 44-34. Leading this quarter 7-3. Much better than they did in the third quarter. Loncourt. Good spin move by Foley, but the bad pass behind her. It was trying to go for a pick and roll. There really wasn't a lane there.
Once again, spacing wasn't very good on that pick and roll.
Devils back in the 1-2-2. Lott has the ball right side. Borders in the corner. Great job by Jada Brown. She stepped around, got the steal. They were trying to lob the ball inside of Townsend, but then when she lost the ball, it rolled to the baseline. And Taylor Foley went to get it, and just as she went to get it, it hit the out-of-bounds line. So back to the other side, 2 for the Senators. Devils still with that 10-point lead. Stick around for the post game. We'll break this one down, talk to Coach Dance, and then we'll get ready to head across town for the Raiders tonight. Nice pass inside. Good pass out there. Reinhaus gets her first basket of the night for the Senators. Devils in a half-court set to the right side. Chevalier back to the top, Foley to the left. Dade was waiting for Brown to come around. She wasn't open. Loncourt drives through the lane, up off the glass, and no, but she's going to shoot 2. 3 of the Senators came in on the foul. We'll check who it is. 24 on that. That's Reinhaus. Her first.
Good strong take to the basket by Loncourt.
Team's third in this quarter. Loncourt misses the first. She'll have 1 more free throw. Miley, her first miss on the night. She was 4 for 4 coming into that one. Oh, and that one ricochets out, but out to the corner where Foley gets it. Foley comes back out in front, shuffles it around to Brown. Looked like it was a travel. 3-pointer was no good. Rebounded by Torin, by the Senators. So the Devils had a couple good looks at it. Couple free throws. Foley got behind the backboard, but a nice wraparound and maybe a travel as she was getting that ball out to Brown. 4 seconds inside 5 minutes of this last quarter. Devils using a lot of the starters tonight for a lot of minutes in the second half especially. Ball was tipped out of bounds, should be back to exactly. Devils touched it, went back into the backcourt, out of bounds. Senators will get the basketball. Scheffler with the ball across the timeline, left side to Lott. They both work the left side. She's 30-some feet out now. Still in her range. Look at that. Brown knew where she was going. She went into the corner and took the ball away. Down to Chevalier. Oh, great job by Leah to gather herself on that pass over her head. Give Brown the assist. Chevalier the basket. Jada saw that come and immediately went to the corner. There's good hands by Loncourt. Got it to Chevalier. Miley under the basket. Good job. Give Chevalier the steal. Loncourt the basket.
Once again, 2 defensive steals by the Lady Blue Devils end up in 2 easy baskets. at the offensive end.
They're picking it up. Ooh, almost a traveling call there. Scheffler took a step. Good drive there by Torin. Torin's got some athletic moves when she runs to the basket. She's one of those that can get out and run and take a layup almost like a guy.
Yep. Very long and very athletic.
One problem is she's missed the basket too many times,
Well,
but she's getting it there. Inside, 4 minutes left in this one. Devils now pushed it up to 13. In the high post, Foley looked for a back door, passed it up, gave to Jada Brown out high. They're both at the high post. Leonard has it now to the right side. Dade looking. Foley gets it. Foley. And Taylor got in between two of the Senators, didn't know where she wanted to go with the ball, and when she turned to look, Jada wasn't there and threw it out of bounds. I think she got up off the ground there a little early. Here's Lott, brings it across the timeline. Lott really handles the basketball a lot. No pun intended. Oh, yes, it was. Off the left side, Lott skips it to right. Torin. She got stopped immediately by Foley. Twice, 3 times. She got stopped 3 times, and just because Torin falls down, she gets called for a foul. I thought that was some pretty impressive defense down there.
She moved her feet very well on that defensive possession.
Taylor's going to be whistled for her 3rd one. And the 2nd of the 4th quarter for the Devils. 3 for the Senators. Goes in the left corner a lot from the out-of-bounds play. From the baseline. And we get another one, too. That one, Layla just stopped moving her feet. And then once she got that step around her, they called it on Layla. Her 2nd foul. One thing we don't want to do is really get 3 team fouls right now, both of them. We don't want to get in the double bonus the rest of the game. Scheffler in the left corner, bounces it inside. Turnaround, shot, no good. Wow, on the back after she missed her shot. On the back of Foley was Townsend after she missed the shot. And then the ball bounced out, and it went to the Blue Devils. Now the guy comes out from the top and says, no, it landed off the Blue Devil. So it will be Senator basketball. That was quite interesting there. And, boy, was she on the back or not. I mean, she climbed up her back after she missed her shot. Torin drives in. Shot. No good. Went right on the iron and rolled off. Rebound by Dade. In transition. Foley, baseline 14-footer. Good. You talked about it, Coach. She can hit that shot. She squared up so nicely there. Pulled back. 14-footer, nothing but net.
And, next level, they'll stretch her back out a little bit more, and she'll be dynamite at the next level.
She's got 8 on the night. Devils with a nice 6-point run, now lead by 14 again, 50-36. Glad you're with us out here, the State Farm Classic up here, as we mentioned in the pregame. It's a 16-team, men's, women's, large, and small. So you've got 64 teams here. You've got 16 large school boys, small school boys, large school girls, small school girls. So the Blue Devil girls are actually in the large school girls. The Raiders are in the small school boys. Of course, if the Blue Devils are up here, they'd be in the big boys. But they're with the big boys down in Collinsville. And as we talked about many times leading up to the holidays, the Lady Raiders take the holidays off because they are busy before and after. And they are now, 13-1, I believe, as they are in the holidays. A well-deserved rest for Coach Orn and his staff and players. Winner of this game, we haven't really looked that far, Coach. On the
winner of this game will play Peoria Richwoods, who played the earlier game tonight and beat Plainfield North rather handily.
And I believe that is tomorrow night, like at 8:30. At Normal Community High School A gym. And that is right, tomorrow night, 8:30. Devils have the basketball, 2:39 left in this one, leading 50-36. Full court pressure coming from Springfield. Dade triggers it into Foley, right back to Dade, nice job. Layla's gonna bring it up against Lott, nice crossover dribble, and she's across the timeline. Behind the back right after that. Always like when they sneak in that behind the back like that one. Backdoor cut, Brown wasn't there, tipped away there by Williams, and the Senators have the basketball. Baseline, Torin, shot, good. As we mentioned, she's got some athletic. She only got 4 points, but very athletic, and that broke up the Devils' 6-point run there. They put together a few of those. mainly in the second quarter when they had the 10 and 8-point run. Those 2 runs were key, building up the lead for halftime by 14. Right side, Foley. Chevalier cut down the court, passed her up. As Chevalier started to make a drive, she was handing it off to Leah, but got checked by Williams. Williams, her 4th foul now. Oh, give her 1 more. I only had her for 4. They're going to give her 5. So with 1:55 left in the ball game, Williams will foul out of the game, and she will foul out with no points. It's played hard inside, though. We'll check who came in for her in a second here. 22 came back into the ball game. That's Mallory Harris for Seattle. For Seattle or Springfield. When you mix Springfield and the Senators, you get Seattle. That's just the way it goes. Mallory Harris, who just got in the ball game, her first foul. And Taylor Foley goes to the line to shoot 2 since we're in the double bonus. 1:45 left in this one. And Taylor hits the first one. If we were any farther over to the left, we would be right in line with the free throw shooter, looking them in their face. We would be there if it was wasn't a glass backboard. You could see through it. They don't want to see us. Now, if it was the other team up on this end, that'd be fun. Foley's second one. It's good. Taylor goes 2 for 2. That gives her 10 points on the night, double figures. 52-38. Torrance shot no good. Brown with a rebound. Gets it to Longcore. Wow, Longcore threw it right at Foley's head. Foley didn't know what to do, and Taylor, after the first shot, gets it and put back. The ball was going actually to Chevalier across court. Taylor ducked, and then Leah got it to her. Deep, deep shot by Scheffler. Long rebound. Foley with the rebound. We're approaching 1 minute left in this game. Devils 54-38. Inside Foley. Squares up. Nice job. Brought her feet together. Taylor's got 8 in this quarter. Picking it up late. And that's the bench of the Devils, by the way. That's not a whole big bunch of, well, you do have some parents over here too, but that was pretty loud for a very small group. And there's a steal by Jada Brown. Jada anticipated on the back row, came up with the steal. Gets it to Dade with 40 seconds left in the quarter and the game. Good ball movement comes left side. Dade goes down the block. Wow. She went down in the block to Brown, but Brown had to almost go out of bounds to try to catch it and lost her balance. Very loud and vocal fan group. Good job. Jasmine Lewis into the ball game. Taylor Foley gets to take a break. Congrats, Taylor. I want to know more about that. 32 seconds left. 56-38. Devils with the lead. So it's Chevalier, Dade, Longcore, Lewis, and Brown wrapping it up. Borders fires the 3, no good. Dade's over there with a lot of Senators. And the Senators fall down and drop the ball out of bounds. Last touch out there by Madeline Beck for Springfield. 17 seconds left. So the Devils now will improve to 11-3 on the season. Their conference schedule will stay right where it's at for this holiday tournament. And then we'll get back to that action. Down to 3 seconds left. Dade starts to make a drive. Oh, and he shoots a floater at the buzzer. It goes in, and count it. Dade's going to get an extra 2 points there. And she did that little 8-foot floater she did a little bit earlier. Dade scores in every quarter, gets 9 for the ball game. And that's your final here at Bloomington High School. The Quincy Blue Devils girls 58, and the Senators from Springfield 38. A 20-point victory for the Devils, who now improved and move on, more importantly, to 11-3. They play tomorrow night at 8:30 against Peoria Richwoods. And I'll tell you, that name brings back the 80s when Notre Dame girls were going to state. Peoria Richwoods was too. They had a girl named Nora Lewis, who was a stud. Oh, yeah. And actually Nora's sister played at Spalding, so they were upset when she was going to Richwoods in the first place. And, of course, she went on to Louisiana Tech with Witherspoon and all them great studs down there. But we don't care about them tonight. All we care about is the Lady Devils with a great victory there and a Taylor Foey poster. I love it. I wonder if it's a birthday or a milestone. I don't know. I'm going to be up here too, and I'm going to wave too, Coach, in this picture. I'm sure I'm not in it. Anyway, that'll do it up here. We're not going anywhere, though. We got the post-game show. I got to break down the stats. We want to talk to Coach Dance as well. But the final at Bloomington High School at the State Farm Classic, the first trip for the Quincy High girls, and they come out with a victory, 58-38, and they'll be ready to play again tomorrow night at 8:30 against Prairie Ridge Woods. We'll take a slight break here as we sit down and work our stats up and wait for Coach as the Quincy High Blue Devils with a big victory here tonight, right here at meccasportsco.com. And welcome back to Bloomington High School. It's the State Farm Classic. I'm Jeff Wellman along with Dave Pettit. Post-game show time. And this is a Blue Devil Plus and a good post-game. They're all good post-game, but when you win, they're even better. As the Blue Devils started off slow in this ball game, you'll hear us talk about that with Coach Dance tonight. And briefly, that it started off, the defense controlled, the game early and, really controlled some of the shots. A lot of them that rolled out even for the Blue Devils, but the Blue Devils finally got a little 6-point run going there, and we're leading 8-4 in the first quarter. And after a 3-pointer from each team, it was 11-7 after one quarter. Devils with the lead. Second quarter picked up in pace for both teams, and with the Devils down 16-15, Devils went on a 10-point run, took a 25-16 lead. They gave up a 3-pointer but came back with 8 more, and at halftime, 33-19, Blue Devils with the lead. But Coach Pettit warned us about the third quarter, and third quarter it was. Quick 8 points came from Springfield. Next thing you know, it was a 33-27 game, only 6 points at the end of 3 quarters. That's what it was, 37-31, 3 points, or 6 points. Fourth quarter, Devils came out with an and one, came back with another bucket. Then they ran that 6-point run together, got up 50-36, gave up a bucket, but then came back with the last 8 points of the game and a victory, 58-38. Nice job, Blue Devils.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, it was a game of, first and third quarter. I thought Springfield played the Lady Blue Devils even. Second quarter, Blue Devils went on their run, and then the fourth quarter, led by Chevalier's defense, and them locating shooters. The Blue Devils brought it on home tonight, with a strong fourth quarter.
And a great one at that. Let's look at the Springfield lineup now. First, they are now 6-6 on the season at .500. They were led by none other than Emma Scheffler. She hit 7 threes tonight. She had 21 points. Only person on that side for double figures. Zakiah Lott did a lot, as we mentioned a couple times tonight. 9 points. She had 2 threes. We really kind of shut her down in the fourth quarter, but we worked her hard. She had to work on both ends of the court a lot tonight. And Layla Dade and Chevalier were really hounding her. 4 points from Torin. The girl had some athletic ability there. 2 points from Volpert and 2 points also from Reinhaus. And in the ball game, but not scoring, Kendall Nauer was in there for a moment. Madeline Beck, also Mallory Harris was in the ball game. Abby Borders took a few shots from the corner. Jamera Townsend, Ariana Williams was in, but she fouled out with 155 and did not score. And that rounds out your lineup. 38 points for the Senators of Springfield. On the other side, for the Blue Devils, leading the way tonight, 16 points out of Jada Brown. Really that second and fourth quarters. And at the free throw line, 4 for 4 tonight. She had 2 and 1s. 14 points out of Taylor Foey. Foey picked it up deep in the fourth quarter, and she had 8 of her points in that fourth, including 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. 11 points out of Miley Loncor. She hit that 3 early. She was 4 for 4 before the last 2 free throws, so 4 out of 6. Devils weren't too bad until we missed those 2 free throws. Before that, we were 10 for 10, and then we missed those 2, so 10 for 12 on the night, not too bad. 4 points out of Leah Chevalier, played a great job on defense as well as offense and passing that ball tonight. 2 points from Brie Leonard, also 2 points from Cameron Byquist in the ball game, but not scoring. Kate Medemeyer and Jasmine Lewis late in the ball game in there as well. And I don't think Madeline Hamby got in on that one. So that is 58, and more importantly, the Devils move on to the next one with Richwoods tomorrow night at 8:30. And with that, Coach is coming down here. Coach, you want him tonight, or?
It's all yours.
Okay. And so with that, I'll turn that one down so we don't have to listen to their headphones banging around there. We should have hooked up that third headset out there. Coach Dance, first of all, nice win on the night. Let's talk about that first quarter. It really seemed like both teams' defenses were doing the job, and we had a lot of layups rolling out. I mean, it was 4:44 left in the first quarter, and it was 4-2. And we were wondering if anybody was going to score. Once we got on that little run and we got by that 11-7 first quarter, second quarter we picked it up.
We did. It's always kind of a little, makes you a little nervous coming back after an 8 to 10 day layoff. But, we were executing, we just weren't finishing. And that's, we talk about that. And there's times we struggle with that. And we make games like this that I feel like shouldn't be overly competitive, a lot more competitive than what it was.
Well, and some of those great passes, too. We saw a lot of high-low passes, of course, Foey to Brown, and that's why those two girls are way up there with assists in their ratio, which is awesome when you can have your post players, lead in that way, of course, with Foey. And they did such a good job. Balls were just seemed to come out. We've had that happen before, but we know that when we made that run of 10 points and 8 points before the half, that built the lead up, and we went into 14. Now, you go in at half, and like Coach and I always talk about, when you're in there at half, what do you talk about? And one thing you talk about is not letting the other team get out to a quick third quarter, and we gave them a quick third quarter.
We did, and it's exactly what we talked about. And we talked about how I was proud of the way they played in the second half. We fought through a first quarter, and then in the second quarter we came out and we did a really good job. And then third quarter we kind of came back out like we were in the first quarter a little bit. It was a little frustrating. We played really good defense for about 45 seconds, and the girl banks in a three-point shot. But all in all, I thought we did a good job. We've got some things we've got to shore up. Some of our kids got to learn to make sure they're defending the right way, not with their hands, but with their feet and showing their hands, things like that. So we just got to remind them about these things.
Yeah, the Scheffler girl can shoot, can't she?
She can, and we knew that coming in, and we talked about it. And the biggest difference is right now with some of our younger kids is we've got to make sure that we realize that if the ball goes into the post, we don't have to dive in to help. Our post can defend pretty well, so we need to stay out because, in high school, these girls can shoot the ball. So we've got to make sure that we stay out where they're supposed to be, and, we had to remind them a few times. So.
And she actually went out to the 25 to 28 range a couple times where, hey, if she's going to make them out there, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's what Miley said. She goes, Coach, I was out there. I'm like, well, you went way in, and then you had to come all the way back out and, let her spot up and get it set. So, it's a work in progress, but it was a good win for us, and I was, I'm always very nervous playing the first game back, and we'll have our hands full tomorrow. Richwoods, shot the ball very well today, so we'll have to make sure that we're out there ready to defend tomorrow.
I know you were watching there right ahead there. What'd you see out of that team?
Well, they're going to try to push the ball when they can, but they have a good inside-outside, and they shoot the ball well, so we're going to have to come ready to play, or we won't be so fortunate.
Well, I know we're excited about today, but today is not over because we got to drive across town and pick up your son playing. So good luck in that game, and again, good luck tomorrow.
That's right, we'll do.
All right, that's Coach Brad Dance out there.
Yep.
He got the first victory out here tonight, and they're moving on in the State Farm Classic. That's always a good thing. So, and of course, he is hustling over to where we're hustling because that's where we're going to watch the Notre Dame Raiders. So, Coach, we've been missing this a few times. When I've been by myself, there's been games where I just haven't, since we haven't had a sponsor on the player of the game, I've left him off a couple times. But tonight, I think we're going to have to get back to getting the player of the games back out there. And what do you like?
I mean,
he likes a few things.
Well, yeah. I mean, you had a bunch of with you know, Jada Brown with Taylor Foley. You know, I thought Dade did a heck of a job tonight.
Especially on the defensive side, having
yeah.
to chase a lot around.
Defensive side, you know, and plus she came up with 9 points. You know, handled the ball pretty well. It's your call tonight.
Oh, look at him. He passes the ball. For all those 78 graduates that said Coach Pettit doesn't pass the ball, here he does. I'll tell you what, you made a good point there. Dade, Brown and Foley inside did what they're expected to do,
yep.
and they did it in keys out there. I thought Dade's defense out there and running the offense and still getting 9 points, I like Layla Dade with that too.
Okay, let's go with Layla Dade as the Lady Blue Devil player of the game.
I knew you were leading that way. I just had to push you over there. So, by the way, nothing with those other games. Those are all good games, and we expect them, you know, night in, night out. So tomorrow it's an 8:30 game. I doubt we're going to make that one. I believe we're in Collinsville tomorrow for 2 games, which is 11:30 in the morning and then later in the night.
Yeah.
So we'll be checking up for the next one, but we will have the scores of what's happening up here in Bloomington during the State Farm during that game. And join us here within about an hour and a half, as we'll be back on the air. We've got the QND Raiders and Pecatonica, the Indians, number 2 seed right now in the, actually number 2.
Ranked in 1A.
Yes, and so it should be a good game out there. But the good game is already over here at Bloomington High School. Coach Pettit, it was great. Any last words?
1 down, 1 to go.
There you go, and that's how you take them one at a time. So the final here at Bloomington High School, the first round of the State Farm Classic, it's the Quincy High Blue Devils, the Lady Devils, 11-3. They win the ball game 58-38, and they'll play tomorrow night at 8:30 right up here at Normal's Gymnasium. And I believe it was Normal Communities Gymnasium against Peoria Richwoods, and that should be a good one out there. Well, we're ready to pack it up and head across town for another game there, so go get something to eat, grab a bite, and we'll be back. So the final here at Bloomington High School, your Quincy High Blue Devils 58, Springfield Lady Senators 38, and this has been Quincy High Blue Devil basketball on mechasportsco.com. Good night, and we'll be back in a moment.